To make changes to your Square for Franchises menu, select Menu Management on the left side of the page. In the Choose Location drop-down at the top of the page, select which level you'd like changes to be made from. By selecting Central Location, all changes made will be applied automatically to the locations connected. You can tell which locations are connected by clicking on Franchise Management Settings on the left-hand side of the page, then scrolling down to the bottom. Any locations that have a green button will indicate that they are synced with the Central Location menu. For now, we'll return to the Menu Management Settings and choose the Central Location to make our changes. Square for Franchises uses the following concepts: Menus, which holds all of your items and categories; Categories, which just hold items; and Items, which may or may not hold modifier groups. Item Groups is also an option available in Square for Franchises, but this concept is only going to be applied for online ordering. To review your current menu setup, click Menu. Scroll down on the menu page to review which categories are connected to your menu. Connecting categories to your menu is important for two reasons. The first is that only items that are attached to categories that are also attached to the menu will be shared to the synced franchisee locations. Further, if you're using online ordering, only categories that are attached to your menu will be displayed. You can override categories being available for online ordering by toggling the Orderable button in the Categories section. You could remove a category from being connected to a menu by selecting the X next to the category name. You can also add new categories by clicking Add Connection, which we'll do in just a moment. To add a new category, scroll back up to the top and click Categories. On the right, click Add, then scroll down to proceed with category creation. I'll title this category Wine, and since wine is not orderable online, I'll change the toggle to No. Even if an item is set to orderable online No, it will still be shared to all of the franchisee locations that are synced with the menu, meaning it will be available in the point of sale for that franchisee location, but not orderable online on their online store. If you're not using online ordering, setting the orderable online toggle to yes or no will not impact the category behavior in the point of sale. Once you've added the category name, scroll down to the bottom and set up the menu connection. As mentioned before, adding a category to the menu will ensure that it is shared out to the proper franchisee locations. When ready, click Create and proceed to item creation. At the top of the page, if we click Items, then click Add, we can add our new item and attach it to the category that we just created. I'll title this item Cabernet. And since online ordering is already off for the category, we don't need to set it again for the individual item. However, if online ordering was on for a category and we didn't want this specific item to receive online orders, we can turn it off here, but leave it on the category level. For now, since the category level is already off, I'll leave this set to yes. If we scroll down, you'll notice that we have the option to edit a price, add a SKU, and then save and add the connection. You'll notice that after creating an item, it is not tied to a category or to a menu. For an item to be displayed for online ordering, it must be tied to a menu, and for it to be shared out to other franchisee locations as part of the sync process, it also has to be tied to a menu. So we'll go ahead and add that now. We'll connect it to the menu, and then we'll also connect it to the wine category that we just created. After adding the item to the menu and to the categories, it will now automatically be sent out to the locations that are connected. Now that we've covered how to create a new item and a new category and have them attached to the menu, let's review how we can update an existing item. If we click on an item using the central location, we have the ability to make several changes. Fields like name, description, and price are the most common. If you want to make a change that will apply to all franchisee locations at a blanket level, you can make the price change at the central location for the item right in the price field. Let's say that we change this to $6. Upon saving, every franchisee location that's synced to the menu will now have a price of $6 for the crunchy pita salad. We also have the ability, using the Manage Display settings in specific stores, to make edits that will be more specific to individual locations. If we wanted the price for the crunchy pita salad to be $7 at Leaf and Lemon 3, we can make that adjustment so that it only applies to one store. You can also make changes in bulk by selecting more than one store and then by clicking Actions at the top and updating the price this way. Let's say that we changed it from $6 to $6.50. You'll notice now that just these two locations receive the update. You may also bulk edit fields other than the price by selecting the checkbox next to the location, then clicking Actions. Title, Order Online Status, and Revert to Central Menu Settings are all options that are available. To edit an existing category, click Categories, then choose the desired category you'd like to make changes to. To adjust the Orderable Online status, toggle the Orderable Online button. If you'd like the category to be removed altogether from the menu, you can come down to the Connections section and then remove the connection. By removing the connection, you are not deleting the items associated with the category, but you are removing the category from appearing online, since category connections to the menu need to be present for the items to show up. Similarly, if you click the trash can option at the top, you'll be able to remove the category from the Square accounts, but again, the items will not be deleted. The items will simply not have a category, and you can reassign the item category by clicking on the item and changing the mapped connection at the bottom. Right now it's connected to entrees, but if we were to delete entrees, the category connection would no longer be made and we can add a new connection. All of the changes that we've made so far have been on the central location level, meaning all edits to categories, items, as well as adding new categories and items have been applied at the central location level, meaning all connected franchisee locations will be impacted by those changes. You also have the ability to click on a specific franchisee location and make edits directly on their account. You'll notice that franchisee-specific accounts have an F next to the category or item that has been shared from the central location level. If the item does not have an F, that means that the franchisee has created that category or item directly on their Square account and it is not in sync with the central location, meaning the central location doesn't have that category or item, and that category or item that does not have the F at the franchisee level will not be impacted during changes. Only items or categories that have the franchise replica tag will be edited when changes are made to the central location. Changing a price, item detail, or description at a franchisee level will have the same impact as doing so from the central location level, but by clicking in Manage Display Settings in specific stores and making a single line item update here. Both are very viable options for updating the item, but you can decide which preference that you have over updating your Square for Franchises account.